Okay, let's take 10. Okay, Mishnah, Perek Zayin, Mishnah Gimel. Kira shenechlika. So we're talking about a kira. Kira is an oven that has spots for to two pots. Let's call it that. All right. And we're talking about at what point it gets cut and becomes tama. It becomes no longer makabel tumah, etc., etc. So kira shenechlika la'archat. So if it got split lengthwise, which means that both holes that they have for the pots got broken, so then it's tahar because it's not usable. Ula rachba, but it's for the width. Then tamei, it's tamei. Kupach shenechlak. If you have a kupach that was split into two, so a kupach is a one-hole oven, not a double oven. It's a single oven. So kupach shenechlak bein la'archa bein l'rachba tar, whether it's to the length or the width, it's tar. Chatzar akira, the chatzar of akira, meaning the chatzar of akira. It's an interesting terminology. We had it before, but it's like the yard around the kira, right? Meaning it was like because he had the kira and it was placed on top of sort of a big pan. So that pan is called the chatzar. So bismachi gavaya shalosh etzpais, when it has, so it's a pan. It looks like a pan, and on top of that rests the oven. So when it's raised up 3 fingers, metama b'maga ba'avir, so then it becomes tami b'maga and ba'avir, right? Because it's both a kli and it also is part of the kira. Other than one kira, pchusa mikan. If it's less than that, metama b'maga comes tame b'maga ve'ena metama ba'avir, but does not become tame within the avir because it's still a kli, but it's a kli, but it's not, it doesn't have a din of an oven. Meaning because it's considered a, how do we call it yesterday in the daf? Accessory. It's an accessory. How do you measure the 3 fingers? Meaning you need the lip of this kli to have 3 fingers. So how do you measure 3 fingers? Rabbi Shmuel, and you put a spit from the top to the bottom. So anything opposite that is going to become tummy in the avir. If the kira becomes tummy, the chatzar becomes tummy. Nitmes chatzar. If the chatzar becomes tummy, like nitmes kira, the kira does not necessarily become tummy because the kira is not considered tuffle to the chatzar. The chatzar, meaning this pan, that's considered tuffle to the kira. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It doesn't work the other way. Let's do one more Mishnah. Is Mishnah Dalet mufreshes min akira. Let's say it was separated from the kira. So bismachi gavaya shalosh etzbais, when it's the rim is 3 fingers high, matam b'mago v'avet, it becomes tame to touch and in the air. Chusam mikan, if it's less than that, aisha isa chalaka, or it was flat, tahira it's tar. Yeah, meaning if here the chatzar is not, meaning till now we're talking about where that pan, which is the chatzar, is connected to the oven or the kira, whichever one you got. So then it's then that's where you have that whole back and forth. But if it's not connected, so then if it has a rim of 3 fingers, then it's maga, it becomes tummy maga and avir. But less than that, aisha is a chalaka, or it's smooth, meaning it doesn't have any lip, tahira, then it's tar because it's not a kli kibel. Pitpute kira. So pitpute kira is the tripod. You had a tripod that the kira could sit on. Right, 3 legs. Shloisha. So there's 3 shalosh etzbais. You have 3 tripods. Each one has 3 legs. I mean, etzbais literally means fingers. Metama, we call it legs. Metama mago amr, then it becomes tame with touching and through the air. Meaning, if the sheretz touches the inside of the legs, right, or falls in between the legs, then they become tummy. Because it's weird because it doesn't have walls. It's three legs. So how do you figure out? We'll see that weiter in the Mishnahs of how you calculate that. Pachas mikan. But if it's less than that, kol shekain hein tamein, then for sure it's tame. Vafilu hein arba, even if it's 4 feet, they're all going to become tame. All right. Yeah, meaning we're not gonna say that extra foot makes it worse. Right? Okay. We will stop over there. Parents want to hit the record.